What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to show you how you can get from Times Square to Chinatown. I'm starting off here in front of the Hilton Garden Inn. Just picking a random hotel here on 42nd Street since I know this is where most of the hotels are located around the Times Square area. But instead of paying for one of these expensive taxis here, while they're going to the airport, I'm going to show you how you can get there for only $2.90. The New York City subway here, everybody uses it. The rich, the poor, the famous. It's pretty much an essential mode of transportation. I'm going to be riding the train to the Canal Street station. On the N, Q, R, and W line. This is what a subway entrance looks like. They put the lines that it serves on the outside. Now, how you pay for the subway couldn't be any easier these days with the introduction of Omni. All you do is use a contactless payment method like your credit card or smartphone, tap on the reader there, and you'll be let in. Furthermore, after you spend $34 in a week, the rest of your rides for that week are completely free. So no need to mess with the Metro card machines. All you do is just tap your phone and you're in. Now I'll need to look for my train, which is right here, NQRW. One of the things I don't like about the subway is how dirty it is. Make sure you go to the right spot. This says Uptown in Queens, and this side is downtown in Brooklyn. We need downtown in Brooklyn, since Chinatown is downtown. It's a great place for getting cheap eats. Now, about the Metro card, you can use them if you want to, but they're dated now. And if you need a new Metro card, they charge you $1. So this is downtown in Brooklyn via Broadway Express on the Q train. And on this side is downtown in Brooklyn via Broadway. The N train, you can see, is weekdays express, weekends local. R is local to Bay Ridge, and the W is local to Whitehall Street. I can take the R and W trains as well, but it is 2 blocks over from Chinatown proper, and in this kind of a cold weather, I'd rather get off at the right place. So the N and Q platform is closer and much more convenient.
Yeah, good to meet you. Yeah, Chris. Like, I think that's one of the best things. What about like
If you're afraid of rats, I advise you not to look down on the tracks because you may find some. It just amazes me. I came back from London recently, and their tracks are pretty much clean. I didn't see any rats on the tracks, just mice. And stay away from the yellow platform edge. It's only 3 stops on the Broadway Express, either the N or Q train. Train coming. There's a W train, the one that we don't need. It's very important in New York to pay attention to the letter or the number of your train. I know in other places it's very simple. It's just one line that runs and stops at all the stations. But here there's express trains, there's local trains. Different trains will branch off in different directions depending on where they are. So you really have to be aware. And that's really hard already. And then you have to worry about service changes whenever they're doing track work or the trains get rerouted. Let me move down a little bit. Let's see which train comes first, the N or the Q. I don't like the way some of these columns are placed sometimes. It kind of forces people to get kind of close to the platform edge. But the subway was designed many, many years ago. They didn't really have accessibility in mind when they built the subway originally. But the MTA is trying to get better. That's an R train, Broadway local. This is the busiest subway station in the system, 42nd Street, Times Square. And for good reason, there's the most train connections here compared to any other station. Pretty much the only trains through Manhattan that you can't get here are the 4, 5, and 6 and the L train. Now, a word about Omni. I know I was talking about it before, but the fare capping at $34, it only works for the first tap through the turnstile. If you pass the phone or the smart device to another person, they'll get charged, but it won't count towards the fare cap. So it's better if every person in your party has their own device or their own card if they want that fare capping. I think the train is coming on this side. I hear it. All right, we can take this, the N. Broadway Express train. this will be 3 stops to Chinatown, 34th Street, Herald Square, 14th Street, Union Square, and then Canal Street. This seems to be the average number of people riding this line during this time. It's about 4:20 p.m. or so on a weekday in December. Now, because this is an express train, it's actually going to switch over to the express track after Times Square, so it'll do it right about now. There we go. And now the doors are open on that side. These trains may be old, but they get people places. The seats aren't particularly comfortable. It's all plastic. Also, another thing about the subway too, you really have to pay attention to which line you're taking, because in this case I'm going to Canal Street, right? There's also a Canal Street station on the ACE, another one on the 123 as well. And they're not very close to each other. If you take the wrong exit, you're going to have to do some walking. Very bumpy and noisy ride, if you can tell. I wouldn't advise anyone to not hold on to anything or sit down while riding this train. I've seen people fall over before. Passing that R train we saw earlier. Now this is the last place in Manhattan where you can do a cross-platform transfer to the local train. At Canal Street, it's on a different platform, so you're gonna have to do some walking. So that R train across the platform is very good if you need to go to Lower Manhattan, the Wall Street area, South Street Seaport. After Canal Street, this train that I'm on now goes over the Manhattan Bridge to downtown Brooklyn. Whereas that train also goes to downtown Brooklyn, but it takes a longer way through the tunnel. It's important at Canal Street you don't miss your stop, otherwise it's a long stop to get back between two different boroughs, Manhattan and Brooklyn. I've done that before where I've overslept. We're here. busy station. Multiple exits we can use, but let's use this one. I don't recommend taking the Broadway exit, as that brings us further away from Chinatown and closer towards Soho and Tribeca. Now for the advanced users out here, to the left you'll exit at the north side of Canal Street, and to the right you'll exit on the south side of Canal Street. And if you make a mistake, you'll have to cross over on the top, on the street level. But I need to get off at the south side. So here's this turnstile. I'm not really a fan of these high security turnstiles. Feels like a jail. All right, and we are in Chinatown. Now I'd like to make my way over to Canal and Mott Streets, which is a few blocks over to the east. So I'll bring you there before ending this video. This intersection can get quite chaotic. A lot of times people don't wait for the light, drivers get aggressive. They do have a traffic agent here, but it gets chaotic even with the traffic agents. This person needs to turn their headlights on. People aren't paying attention. You can cross against the light here in New York, but you do have to be careful while doing so. 1 block to go to Mott Street. These mini cakes are so delicious. Affordable too. All right, I'll take you down to the end of this block and then I'll end my video. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video riding the subway from Times Square to Chinatown. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Take care.